Hello, hello, how are you? I hope you're keeping well. I hope you're keeping safe. And I truly hope you're keeping strong. My name is Marion Obura, and I am the lead events consultant at Majestic Events Kenya. And welcome to our channel where we discuss all things related to events. Now, over the last couple of weeks, we've been dealing with mental health. We've had the privilege of having Leonard Asher of Empowerment Resource Technology. He is a motivational speaker, management consultant, and he is also a leadership trainer, and he has training in psychology. And so he was good to have. And we've had Nyabura Chege, who is a counseling psychologist at Ngewa House Rehabilitation Center. And we also had Mucha Mlingo, who is an EQ coach from PTS Africa, and we talked about all things emotional intelligence. And I must say, hosting these interviews has been a really enlightening and learning experience. As I've asked questions, I have learned a lot, and I've also seen blind spots in my own life. And seen areas that I need to work on. So whereas it would be normal to have a live show this week, I decided that to share something that happened over the last couple of days starting Saturday. And I hope that what I share today will encourage you, give you hope, and if it does that for you, I hope you share it with as many people as you can. So on Saturday, I wake up and I'm feeling, I don't know how, I'm feeling so low. I'm not too sure why. I can't really understand my feelings at the time, but I know I'm not okay and I'm feeling sad. Maybe it's the pandemic melancholy that Nyabura Chege was talking about when she came. And I was just like, you know what, I'm not having a good day. But I knew that was the situation, but I didn't know what to do about it at that time. So anyway, at around 10:30, we had a fumigator coming to do some work in the garden. And the owner of the company, that's Rowan Services, the owner, Rose Kiriba, comes and, she comes with her team. And because the project or the task at hand was not a lot, it was going to take about an hour and a half, she decided to stay and wait for them to finish, and then we leave together. So we're talking, about everything, the weather, stuff. She asked me, Marion, how are you? And I was very tempted to give her the usual answer, which is, and you can say it with me, I'm good, I'm okay, all is good, all is well, But I decided, you know what, let me just be honest. And I just told her I'm having a really tough time today. I can't explain why. I explained how I was feeling. I told her I was a bit of struggling with, trying to figure out my career, how work has changed. And maybe I was feeling low because I had just done a wedding the previous weekend, and then, you come from that high to this low, whatever it is. So she took time to listen, and she really, really encouraged me. She gave me examples. She's like, I've been watching your journey, you're going to make it. And wow, that was very encouraging. So when she left, I had like the oomph and the energy to continue the rest of the day. So I went and I had a lot of housework. I had a lot of laundry. Let me be very precise. I had a lot of laundry to do. And I guess it was also because the last 2 weeks were very hectic because of the wedding. And in as much as you plan in advance, when restrictions keep changing, you're like, okay, it's like you always go back to the drawing board. So it was a bit hectic at that point, especially when dealing with the guest list. But anyway, back to my story. At the end of the day, I reached out to a friend of mine called Benzi. We've been friends like for over 15 years. And my reason for calling her was, I don't know, it was about something else. But then I just decided to tell her, I'm just having a tough time. Today was really hard, but at least I got to talk to so and so and blah, blah, blah. And so I shared my fears. Now, because I've known her for long, I was like, oh, let me just pour out my true. So I told her my fears and what I was struggling with and work and, oh my gosh, how do you change? How do you switch? And she listened to me. And she actually encouraged me again by reminding me about my past successes, the challenges I've overcome. And she even encouraged me through scriptures that I've used to encourage her. So she'd literally say something like, Marion, let me paraphrase what you normally tell me. And that was so hilarious, being encouraged by my own words being given by someone else. I think that was really cool. So anyway, long story short, we finished talking. Of course, we talked for hours. And then I went to bed, and I woke up on Sunday morning really refreshed, and got ready for the day, attended church online, had a good service. And you know what? I decided, nope, I'm not going to stay in the house. So my brother and I went on a drive, and we just took a drive around the city. And it was very, shall I say, therapeutic. It was nice to be outdoors and not be in a rush. When you're driving to work, you're like in a rush, in a hurry. But now we're just driving around and just, enjoying the scenery. And it was very nice. And of course, as you're driving, you're doing what? You're also talking. You're talking your thoughts, whatever. So I felt really good. Next day, on Monday, I get a call from one of my business mentors, Dr. Catherine Matsitsa. She's a mentor, and she's also a really good friend. And she called to invite me to come for a Mother's Day shoot that they were planning to have the following day, which was now yesterday, Tuesday. And I'm like, you are kidding me. Like, I'm not coming for that. And the biggest reason for that is because Mother's Day has never been, or rather these days is not a good day for me, because I lost my mom like a little like 4 years ago, almost 5 now. And Mother's Day is just a tough day, just a tough day. And then Catherine went on to explain how they're going to have a florist, and this is Lillian of Floral Art, who, by the way, is one of the best, teach people, like planners, a few planners, how to do flower bouquets. And I was like, are you kidding me? Because my mom loved flowers, and that's actually the reason why I started doing flower bouquets and gift hampers. So for those 2 reasons, I was seriously not contemplating going for this shoot, and I explained it to her. But on Tuesday morning, I wake up and I'm feeling, I think I should go for this thing. I really don't know what happened. Mornings are just good times, I guess. So I sent her a message and said, Catherine, I'll be coming. I have my BNI meeting. I'll come immediately after. So I go. And first and foremost, seeing these planners who I've not seen in a long time, we're like 5, 7, and just seeing them, and some of them are people I've actually taught, was nice. After you haven't seen someone for so long, then you see them and they're looking okay and they're well. You're like, yes, awesome. Learning from Lillian of Floral Art about flowers. I'm a planner and I've done weddings for a long time, and just understanding the science behind, the reason behind why you should do what and what you should do, why you should do this, why you should not do the other, was quite nice. So learning something new. And then we had lunch. Wow! Like, Catherine Matitsa got Harvey Star to do the catering. How am I excited? I was so excited. Like, good homemade meal. Does that make sense? It was like comfort food. And we sat at the table, of course, socially distanced, and this huge dining table, and we're all seated there, and we're all ladies, we're all women, and you've got young people, you've got my people my age, and then you've got the likes of Catherine Ambitsia, who, by the way, is like the mother of the wedding industry, and we're just sharing. You've got Catherine there, and just sharing experiences, how it's been, what we're going to do, and when things open up, and just sharing and laughing and talking. And again, that was an amazing experience, and the food was awesome. So thanks to Harvey Star, Jim John, well done. And then After that, we went back to a session with Lillian, and she now was taking us through how to make the bouquets. And she said we had to make them ourselves. I was like, are you joking? So we're outside in the garden and we're making these amazing bouquets ourselves. You know, I'm an amateur, right? Because I have a team. And the art of putting the flowers together, you know, removing the leaves, dethroning, choosing the right colors, deciding the series of how you want the colors to go, which flowers you want to do, whether it's the stalk, the snapdragon, or what's it called, yeah, snaps, or whether it's the big head, or I mean, it was just lovely. And guys, I'm here to say that after having a full day with these ladies, I really felt energized. It was such a healing process. Like, everything just lifted off my shoulder and I was excited. I was actually the biggest, loudest noise maker of the day, and it was just a lot of fun. So why am I sharing this today? I'm sharing this today because there are a few things I picked up when I analyzed how the last few days have been. So first and foremost, do you remember Leonard Asher talking about have a meeting with yourself? That's my first lesson. Have a meeting with yourself. When you have a meeting with yourself, you're able to reflect, like what Muchamlingo was talking about. Reflect on your day. Like, take 15 minutes to reflect. And she even said, take 15 minutes to reflect for the next 14 days and you will call me and tell me how things have changed. And it is through reflecting, and it's through having that meeting with myself and having the check-ins on a regular basis that I was able to determine on Saturday that I was not okay and I needed to do something about it. So have a meeting with yourself, check in and reflect. The second lesson is when someone asks you how you are doing, please be honest and be genuine. Especially someone who is your friend, someone who genuinely wants the best for you. Don't try and tough it up and say, you know, I'm good, everything's doing good, and it's not. So just open up and just share, because if you do that, you might get advice that is actually very helpful, or it might just be good to have someone hear you out and you put it out there and you feel better. So do that. Another thing is reach out, ask for help. I remember Leonard Asher, Muchamlingo, Obura said, they all said, look for help, reach out. And that's exactly what I did when I called Benzi to tell her what I was going through. When I literally expressed myself to Catherine when she invited me for the shoot, I told her the reason why I would not be comfortable with that. I mean, and then I reached out and said, I'll come. So reach out for help. Lesson 4, don't isolate yourself. At least try not to. Especially in this season, try not to. If someone invites you for lunch, please go. Just go. Even if you don't feel like it, because you might actually have a good day. And I'm saying this because of the experience I had yesterday at Catherine's home. Like, it was absolutely amazing. The last lesson I picked is, please do some activities outdoors. I know I'm doing this video indoors today, but it's because there's a lot of construction work that's happening in the neighbor's place, so it's a bit noisy. But do stuff outside. Get some vitamin D. You know, arranging flower bouquets and, you know, picking wrapping paper, dethroning and whatever in the garden on a sunny afternoon was just, oh, it was so refreshing. It was so refreshing and uplifting. So in as much as you're working, you're on your Zoom calls all day, take time out, walk outside, take a 15-minute break during the weekend, go riding, paint outside, do flower bouquets. I've now found an art to do, which is, you know, make myself a floral bouquet. And I just felt like my mom was actually there. It made me feel so good. So what? Spend some time outside. All right. So that's what I have to share with you today. I just thought it would be nice to share those points because I got those ideas, or what I did over the last 4 days, was inspired by what I learned from all these 3 experts that I've interviewed during the What's Next series. So I wanted to share that with you, and I wanted to read something close by. I don't know if it's here. Let me see. I received a wonderful card. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. And this is from Kanye. No, so it's upside down. Sorry. There you go. Can you see it? Yeah. And it's so beautiful. And this is done by Kanye. She loves painting flowers. So I think we'll hang out while she paints. I'll arrange the flowers. But what I love is the message here, which is what I want to say. Is she says, there is greatness in you. And so I'd like to tell you today, there is greatness in you. Okay? So take care of yourself and have yourself a mentally healthy week. God bless.